Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Kelly Sparks. Hey, good beard. I got my new bearded friend. Gene's growing his beard out. He's like, I don't want to be left out, so.
Yeah.
I got me.
Beards.
Yeah, right. It's what the cool kids are doing. So,
what you got there?
this is George T. Stagg. You heard of George T. Stagg?
I have heard.
You've heard of Stagg Jr. and
Heard of Stagg Jr., but I can't remember. It's got a pretty good story, doesn't it?
yeah, this is he was a former master distiller / owner, I believe. It's got a bunch of stuff on the back. Yeah, he was a former distiller. He says from the period 1865 to 1890 was known as the Gilded Age of Bourbon. Industry and innovation combined to produce stunning advances in quality and production. During this period, two noted distillers, E.H. Taylor Jr. and George T. Stagg, partnered to build one of the world's premier distilleries. So, E.H. Taylor and George T. Stagg built what is known as Buffalo Trace.
Oh, okay.
It has become Buffalo Trace. So, what a lot of people know, most people probably don't, this is the same mash bill as Benchmark, Old Number 8. They all start out the same.
Yeah.
Benchmark, Eagle Rare, Colonel E.H. Taylor, obviously Stagg and Stagg Jr., and the Buffalo Trace brand.
Okay.
The actual Buffalo Trace bottle. So, but this one's the granddaddy of them all. It is bottled at, this one's 116.9 proof, and I believe it is about a 15-year-old bourbon.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a limited edition,
2019
bottling. So, this one is very sought after, highly sought after. We'll just get a good pour. But I figure save these special bottles for the close friends and whatnot, and try to share them with friends and family. And
There you go.
but I've had Stagg Jr. before, and I've had one taste of this one, but it was a long time ago, and it was a different year. So each year they only released once
Okay.
during the fall, and this is released at the same time they release all the Pappy Van Winkles.
Okay.
That Eagle Rare 17 was released at the same time,
Yeah.
so you can smell it from here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I got nothing.
yeah. Oh man.
Sweet.
Yeah, it smells super sweet. It's got a heavy caramel nose to it. I gotta taste it. It's pretty damn tasty. Very, very sweet on the palate. Did not realize how sweet it was going to be. A lot of oak flavors coming through. Man, that's pretty good. What'd you
Pretty
think?
good. Made my eyes water a little bit.
Did it? I mean, this one, it's not near as high as I've seen them before. It's only 116.9, but
Yeah.
it's supposed to be barrel proof. Yeah, I don't hate that at all. What'd you think?
Man, I like
A
the.
little hot?
It was a little hot.
It's a little hot. It's
Some-
got a little heat to it.
I'm gonna let that first initial drink
Mm-hmm.
sit there for a second, and then take another one. This time it won't bother. It won't be as hot.
What I like about it is the finish just keeps going and going and going. That heat kind of sticks around in your mouth, but it doesn't follow you on the way down. It didn't really, it stopped just right at my throat, and I didn't get hot going down for that Kentucky hug.
Just a little on the lips,
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Nothing unbearable, nothing crazy.
Nah.
Just scare you away from it.
And I can only imagine the price. The price on this one was like $150.
Nice.
But for a 15-year-old bourbon of this caliber, I don't mind paying that.
George T. Stagg. So they release this once a year, and now this is a 2019 model, or
Yes. This was last year's release.
okay, I probably already said that.
And I also got your favorite, the Granddaddy William LaRue Weller.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I shared that one with Eric when
Yeah.
he came in.
that's right. I think I watched that video.
Yeah, he really liked it. I can't say that this is probably my favorite barrel-proof bourbon, but I think it's up there. I'm gonna have to do a blind tasting between this and a couple of other ones. I mean, it tastes really good, but I wouldn't. You know, they got this one secondary market. You can see these on the secondary market for like $800-900 a bottle.
Really?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I refuse to buy into it or sell anything in that manner. I mean, I might mark it up if I'm for a finder's fee, maybe like 10%
Yeah.
on the cost of the bottle.
But not triple. And
yeah,
quadruple,
not triple,
right?
quadruple. I mean, that's ridiculous. They're just taking advantage of people. And it pisses me off because it's not people who are trying to make money off this stuff. They're probably not even like bourbon and whiskey fans.
All right.
I mean, they're just trying to make a quick buck. So
Yeah.
if they were fans,
They would.
they'd be doing what we're doing right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
On top and having a drink. Yeah. Well, I told you about that one store I went to.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? What, our 12-year-old?
Mm-hmm.
$290 is what they had on the. And it's a 35?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, $40 bottle. It'll get you.
I mean, I understand small mom and pop stores.
Not that. Not
They have to pay a higher margin to get theirs because they don't have the same. They don't have the same volume, but it's not that much. It's still $35 retail. Bonnie's upset we're not giving her any attention.
Requiring attention.
I really like that, and you know what? I think people go into buying these, and this might be a topic for a later video. I started doing some Q&As, and I might touch on this a little more in depth. But a bottle like this, that's a 15-ish year old bourbon. I don't have a hang up about paying $150-ish for it, but when you got people who have never had the whiskey, and I'm definitely going to touch on this on a later video, because somebody asked a question that this could kind of fall in line with. If you were to pay $900 for this bottle, take it home, and then taste it, you would probably be disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a $900 whiskey. It's not a $200, and it's not a $500 whiskey. I mean, that is, and I think that's probably that's gonna like turn people away from hunting for these.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing. I think I really wish it would kill the secondary market. And I've seen people pay $400 for this. I wouldn't pay $400 for this bottle of whiskey. I refuse to pay slightly over retail. If I know my big chain retail store is getting it for this price, and I see it somewhere for 30-40% markup,
No.
it's gonna collect dust before I buy it.
Yeah.
But I do not feel bad about buying this one. It's got a lot of sweetness to it, and There's something on it I can't get. I can't pick out.
No, me either. Of course, I'm not that great with it anyway. But
And you're a smoker, so you probably just
yeah, it's kind of.
Are you still smoking? I thought you were trying to quit.
Just occasionally. Just occasionally, how it goes.
It's all right.
But no, man, I wouldn't be ashamed to spend $150 on that.
No. Well, it's especially if you can get it. If you can get it at retail, I'd suggest it because it's not something that you see every day.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a store out there that has an allocation lottery, I would suggest signing up to that, making friends with the people there, and you never know, they might stick something off to the side for you and hide it. So that's one way to do it.
Just take a pic.
Grease some palms, slide them a 50. Because there was, I believe there was more of these than any of the other B-Tac that was available. The antique collection. I saw more George T. Staggs on the shelf than any of the other ones. So it's probably more readily available compared to the other releases.
I got you.
So, I mean, it's good. I'm gonna have another glass after we shut the camera off. But yeah, final thoughts?
Man, tasty.
It is
Pretty almost the hair hot for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Put on ice cube. You want
I think. Yeah, let me give it a little more. Not that much though.
Just a
Yeah, I
taste.
just want to taste it one more time.
Alright.
I think it might be because I burnt my tongue on some soup over here. So, probably a little bit.
Well, I think that's our final opinion of this. It's good at retail, but I definitely don't suggest spending an exorbitant amount of money on it. I mean, I could see if you're in a remote part of North Dakota and you don't get shit for sales and you can find one for $200, that might not be a bad deal. But I can't justify paying three or more for it. I couldn't do it. Not even $250. I don't think I could go $250. But I don't know you and your situation, and if it's one of those things, you might never see it again.
Yeah.
I mean,
tolerance might be bigger, wider than mine.
Every man has their price.
Yeah.
You might have been saving all year for it, and you got $1,000 sitting around just burning a hole in your pocket. Old George T. Stagg. It's good. It's good juice. So that's all we got. Don't forget, check the description below for all the links to help out with the chores and whatnot and the bills. Check out the Bearded Idiots. Got any last words?
No. Drink, stay safe.
Yeah.
Till next time.
We're gonna cook some steaks. I'm gonna smoke a cigar, and we're gonna drink a little whiskey. So
Yes.
y'all have a good night. Like always, drink some whiskey, share with your friends and family. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. And we'll see you next time. Take care.
Take care. Gonna drink a little more.